the next move? When God says it's your time to act. The next move is yours. Joining a deep
Look, just to really shit out. Our kids are fucked. We had a pivotal moment in history. The way economics are going, the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poor. We cannot afford to spend our money with them people. Like, every dollar you get in, bro, you like $10 more in the hole. If nobody's gonna leave you a lot of money, you'll probably want to build your own brands. It's gonna get to a point, man, where working for a motherfucker, you still gonna be dirt ass poor. I don't give a fuck what kind of job, even if you're a doctor or a lawyer. If you don't work for yourself, bro, they say that if you read the paper, they say that the richest people on earth gained $2 trillion last year. Well, if they gained $2 trillion, guess what? Somebody lost $2 trillion. They ain't just get the money from nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And bro, we fucked. The younger generation, they, you know, like people like my age and my 40s, it was a big disparity in this, and it's fucked up. If you look categorically, it makes sense, but it was a big disparity in our generation because, you know, we got caught up in the felony shit, the drug laws got tough, restrictions got tough, and the internet came into fruition. So if you look at it, a lot of people my age, like in my situation, for instance, you know, my father and my mother, they did a lot for my daughter. You know what I'm saying? You know, more than what I could do. So the lack of respect for the parent is there. You know, they gonna listen to my mama because they got the money. They be basically like, fuck you, dad. I mean, for real, why should I listen to you? You ain't no money. And that's with anything. Nobody's gonna listen to a motherfucker who broke. However, the disparity is this. Now that you've taken the power away from the parent and the grandparents have it, see, the grandparents are more lax because they know where they messed up at with the kids, which was me. So they want to do everything they can for the grandkids. However, this causes a disparity and a rift between 3 generations. Between the grandparent, and the grandparent don't give a fuck. Like, my mama, they don't give a fuck what I think. And that's cool. They not gonna respect it. You know, if their grandkids want something, they gonna buy it. It's their fucking money. That causes a disparity between me and my daughter. Well, you ain't doing it for her. I'm gonna buy it. Okay, so my daughter already thinks, I ain't gotta listen to that nigga. Fuck him. Cool. So that causes a rift between me and my parents. That also causes a rift between me and my daughter. So now you have 3 generations fighting against each other. Me fighting against them fighting against me fighting against my daughter fighting against me. It's 3 generations. You know, my mama, me, and my daughter. They've met. This concept has ruined 3 generations. Just one small obstacle. Taking the middle generation out of the workforce. See, and what it is my mom and them generation, you know, they worked all their life. They have a decent retirement. House paid for, shit like that. Then you got people like me, you know, my generation. You know, we switched jobs 20, 30 times. A lot of us became felons. A lot of us was on drugs. You know, shit was just fucked up for us. And we didn't have well, I say in my case, I didn't have nobody to relate. You know, and I definitely didn't have nobody to say, you know what? You're going to make it anyway. You know, once I fucked up, everybody always told me, you're a loser, ain't shit going to happen for you. You always been a loser. You know, even though I worked and I tried, you know, I didn't do what they wanted me to do because that's not the path that God sent me down. But see, they going to tell you, you know, one thing about that generation, they going to tell you more about your life that you've lived than what the fuck, you know, they know. You know, they've lived your life. Like, they are you and they are them. They gonna live 100% of their life, 50% of your life. They're not gonna help you with shit unless it's that's what they, you know, approve of. That's cool, you can't change motherfucker. However, it has caused a rift because it's divide and conquer. It's a Willie Lynch syndrome. Put the old against the young against the old. It's just that they bought into it. black people are fucked for real forever. Black people, in my opinion, by 2015, it won't be that many black people in the United States. We either gonna kill each other, hate on each other, or get each other fat or whatever from whatever we do, or something. You know what I'm saying? There will be no black race. It's too much hatred amongst black people. And then the white man just sit back and say, throw crumbs at niggas and let niggas fight over. It's like throwing French fries to seagulls and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is. And that's what it is. They cause a generational divide. And it's the Willie Lynch syndrome all over again. All it is, they've mastered the Willie Lynch syndrome in every form. They mastered it on a job. They're like, okay, we get a nigga a job. We ain't do them, we get them pennies. And on the job, you know what we do? We'll make the nigga the head, put him in charge. He gonna do the rest. He ain't gonna let no nigga get what he got. You know what I'm saying? He gonna tell us everything. He gonna make sure they don't get shit. You know what I mean? We get this nigga a little position, and then we're gonna put an uneducated nigga in charge. You feel me? So all the smart niggas, they ain't gonna be here. And anybody that stay gonna be dumber than that nigga. And if they dumber than that nigga, and he staying, they gonna stay and do what the fuck we wanna do. And he gonna tell us everything they do. So that's how the Willie Lynch syndrome, it's been in our neighborhood, it's been in our culture. Because if you look back at, I think it was Tulsa, Oklahoma at Black Wall Street, black people ain't always been against each other. Black families haven't always been against black families. You know what I'm saying? You know, Tulsa, Oklahoma, they had Black Wall Street. When white folks burned that shit down. I mean, we had a Wall Street like theirs. You know what them white folks did? They burned that shit to the ground. Nigga, you will not come up in this motherfucking country. You know what I mean? They gonna put... Bruh, very rarely do you see black families sticking together. And even if you do, the black families that you do stick together, it's still some fucked up shit going on. I've never met a black family that's just wholeheartedly stuck together. It won't happen. It's inbred in us. When they beat that motherfucking slave and raped that motherfucking slave in front of the woman and put the fear of God into that baby, that's what they did. You know, when they gave us that fucking religion, like, when I look at the Bible and shit, I look at it differently now because that nigga Willie Lynch, that's who he was. Rapist, murderer, all that shit, right? King James, man, was a fucking homosexual. And I don't damn homosexuality. If a nigga won't fuck another nigga, that's his business. What I'm saying is the Bible speaks so harshly on homosexuality. Talk about how God destroyed 2 cities because of homosexuality. However, they put the name of a known homosexual on the book. That's like having a preventative rape book. This is how you prevent rape. But have a known rapist's name on there. You cannot explain that shit. Like,